So Dr. Nasibu Mwambe is the emergency medicine specialty doctor at the NHS. Dr. Mwambe is from Bagamoyo, Tanzania. He graduated from Istanbul in medicine and now is practicing at North Cumbria University Hospitals at Cumbria Infirmary, Carlisle. He moved to Cumbria 6 years ago and is a specialty doctor in the accident and emergency department at Cumbria Infirmary, Carlisle. Dr. Mwambe is a vice chairman of THEDA, Tanzania UK Healthcare Diaspora Association, and he wants to be able to share the valuable experience and knowledge amongst fellow medical experts across the continent and be able to exhale sufficient healthcare and practice. Over to you.
Hello, can you hear me?
Can hear you now, thank you.
Okay, awesome. Thank you very much for inviting me. I don't think I'll have to, my question is very simple, where my topic is very simple. The NHS doing enough to support international staff? Probably the answer is yes, the NHS is trying, but I think there's a lot more work need to be done. So that, okay, the talk is over. Well, I think as our previous speakers have kind of spoke about, I think I like Mina's approach in the way she went, but she can't set the mood about how the NHS work and how much work still need to be done. And I think given for Cumbria, for example, I think in the NHS, there is about 87 nationalities, and in the countrywide, 1 in 7 nurses, they are from abroad. They're not, born in this country, and like 1 in 5 doctors, they're from abroad as well. And but you find that in the majority of the top posts, the boardrooms, they are probably in the country with about 8 or so chief executives for most of the hospitals. So you can see the ratios are not quite there yet. And I think that's not the point. I don't want to point out to the problems. We all know what the problems are. So something happening here. So I don't know why my screen go. Can you still hear me? Hello?
Yeah, we can still hear you absolutely fine, Nas.
Okay. So I don't want to talk more about the problem because I think we all know what problems we have, and we need to focus more on what can we do. Okay, we are doing something, but can we do more? The answer is yes, we can do more. And most of the problem come from just a couple of barriers that we know. This is all our unconscious biases, which I think Brian spoke about this at the beginning of this conference. And I think that the key problem, because I think people's experiences and in life, what happened to them and what they know, that shapes their behavior. So I think that's the main. That's one of the big problems, because some people do assume, okay, this doctor or this nurse or this healthcare staff trained from abroad, they come to this country, or they may not be as good because they don't speak the language anyway. One thing they do forget that most of us, we speak more than 2 languages, and that is a very smart thing. And so, and the people should be, glad and happy to have that diversity in the community, which add a bit more flavor to to what we have. So until we can't go beyond our unconscious biases, we cannot shake this problem of exclusion and lack of diversity in our workplaces. And the second thing is what the culture of the organization or or the community is like, because the culture of inclusion and promoting diversity have to be at the very heart of the organization. And I think the NHS, they try to deal with this, but I think either the approach is not great, or they are just do it in just a way which to me may look a bit like a window dressing, just to be showing that you're doing something, but you're not doing much. And because the problem, most of the solution were to get inclusion and bring diversity is more, it seems to be from the top down. And I think, to me, I think it should be the other way around, because when I came to this country pretty well over 22 years ago, I think, I have to learn, to adapt, to live the way of this country. So, which is fair enough, but I think it, to me, is supposed to be a two-way thing. Instead of me trying to learn what is what I'm supposed to be doing in this country, then do they, I mean, the other people that I work with, live within the community, are they interested in my culture? Are they want to know? No one asks, because I work with people for 20-something years. They don't know nothing about me, because we never had that story. No, they don't know my experience in this country. They just, whatever is people are trying to do, either to help, it's just based on assumptions. Okay, this guy is from Africa. Okay, maybe he's Muslim. Maybe he doesn't like this. We cannot do that. I cannot say that, because which is completely wrong. So we need that understanding and the listening to the people. If you stop me in the corridor, okay, Nas, can you tell me a little bit about you, or tell me a little bit about Tanzania? I want to know. I would tell, you get to understand and create a better picture of about me, about my culture, and because we all bring something to the table, and that's what make the community beautiful, And a peacock is not beautiful for nothing, because of them colors, the way they arrange and things like that. That's what makes a peacock beautiful. It's not boring, it's exciting, and it just spread all the feathers. That's what, because of the little differences, that's what makes our community more beautiful. So engaging the people, involving them, and listen to them, and what are my main concerns, and what my desires. Okay, because if you don't listen to me, you're gonna miss quite a lot. Because I come to this country, I have so much experience of life. I work in a very poor resource country, so I practice my medicine by thinking out of the box. We made magic happen with little, and then we save a lot of lives. And in this country, we have so much resource, technology, money, and still you look at what we cannot achieve. We have a long waiting list, and people waiting for month and month to have things done. And then you look, guys, you have all the technology. Oh, my friend last week, they were laughing at me. You guys, you have no petrol? That you are in the UK? What's happening? So, it's kind of... so it's kind, I think, if we can just engage with our diaspora and just make conscious effort to get to know them better, because that's the key thing. You have to make that conscious effort wanting to know about the people, because sometimes the way I say it, when you work with people, they don't have to be your friends. All you have to do, you have to be able to interact and work with them and make the work done. That's what it is. And that, I come, okay, hello, okay, you pull that, I pull this, we do this, we have that that person will make the job done, and I go home, you go home, and we don't fight. It's just a team. So it's just that understanding. So it's but all that comes from conversation. We need to listen to people. And on top of that, we may be doing stuff, but again, what make me feel welcome to a place? Okay, so imagine if you travel, you go, you're a British person, you go to Tanzania in a very remote place, and then you see a British flag. How do you feel? You know, that kind of, you see a British flag there flying on this little madhouse. It brings your interest. It takes you home. Go. Those are simple, familiar symbols that sometimes can connect people, feel more welcome. Okay, so because if you're lost and you go to that house with the flag, you go, maybe there's a British person in that place. But someone know about Britain in there, so I can go into. So this is simple. The use of familiar symbols to help to connect, to get people to engage, to feel that, okay, we belong in this place, okay? It's a simple thing like that. Imagine how of the 87 nationalities in the whole NHS. Imagine if 1 week you say, this week we're gonna fly the Tanzanian flag in front of the NHS building, Tanzanian flag for a week, or 2 of them for a week. And that people will feel, oh yes, I'm here, I'm representing Tanzania. You feel like an ambassador for your own country. You're doing a good job. Because at the end of the day, the NHS, we work here and we bring something and we take something as well, because it's a two-way thing. Okay? If I feel welcomed, I will do my very best for the NHS, and then the stuff that I will take back to Tanzania to help my people. That's what I do with my Tanzania UK Healthcare Diaspora Association to HEDA, because getting that nice stuff from the NHS that I can see how I can adjust that to use in our community in Tanzania. That make the world a better place, and the benefit and the best stuff we can get from having diversity and inclusion. And this is a key. In Cumbria, I look such a beautiful place, and a lot of greenery and a lot of lakes and things. The outdoor is fantastic. But again, why don't we have many people coming to want to work in our place? And then we just have to explore this a little bit. Okay, we have to think out of the box. Why? What can we do to make this place attractive to people to come and work in this place? I think the potential is massive, because let's say with Tuheda, I can say, okay, if I partner up with, let's say, University of Cumbria or our local trust, to say, okay, we struggle to recruit here, and I have some capable nurses and doctors there. What can we have this link? Let them come here, for example, just learn a few things, they provide service, and then they go there, and we can get some of our nurses go there, learn a little bit about that culture, whether in Tanzania. When they come back, they can be a bit more richer and more understanding on the other side. These are the simple things which we can do collaboratively and in partnership, which is help to break that, what do you call it? Because I don't want to make it look like more into black and white, this and that, because I think we are beyond that, and I think we need all we need is a little bit of humanity and understanding between one another. That's the problem, is we don't understand each other. The fear of the unknown is the problem. Okay, because they say, I come here, take we're taking people's jobs. Well, if you know, I know it may sound a bit blunt, because if you're in this, you're born in this country, you speak the language, you have all the opportunities, and you cannot still not do the job, then let me do the job. Okay, because I qualify to do the job. It's not about what shade of color I have on my skin, because I do the job because I qualify to do the job, and I bring something to that table. I don't come to take something off the table. I bring something to the table, and that's the thing that we need to. Is not just for the NHS to understand that. It is something that the NHS have to work with the communities, because we as a doctor, I work. Yes, I work for the trust, but I work for the people. I'm here for to provide the service. So the people have to understand as well. Okay, because probably most of my I feel a bit, I don't like the term to black, white stuff. Anyway, my white counterparts, probably none of them ever been asked, okay, where are you from? You go to cubicle, you're going to see a patient, ask, where are you from? Well, does it matter? Why? No, you came to me for help. I'm here to help you, but why do I have to explain? Oh, I'm from Tanzania, blah blah blah. It is not. I know sometimes out of curiosity and thing, but some is not necessary. But yeah. I think we need to the education. Apart from the people that we work in the NHS as our team members, our management. That education should go beyond the mandatory equality and the, inclusion training that we all do, which is mandatory, which is a great thing. But I think if I sit in front of the computer, I do those training, this thing, I think then it becomes just an exercise. Okay, but if you say, okay, as part of our strategy, okay, you do mandatory training, okay, about diversity. We have days that, okay, in this trust, we have doctors from India, Pakistan, have Nigeria, Tanzania. Now, this week, we have a doctor in the, let's say, in Kala, in the atrium, just have pan of Tanzania flag there, talking about Tanzania, okay. Come get the people to ask about Tanzania, see what Tanzania have, and ask what am I doing here? So those are kind of things. It helps to engage people, because sometimes people may say or do something not because they are bad, but they don't know. It's out of ignorance. So you just have to educate ourselves, our community. It just so the NHS, we got the police, you have the ambulance service. Because I was talking to one of my friends' wife the other day. He was asked to take. There's a paramedic went to take to a house, and they ask, oh, you take your shoes off just in case you have a bomb. Yeah. Now, so this is the kind of thing that.
What? In case what?
You have a bomb. That's okay. On your shoes. So these are kind, but again, so these things, they do happen. And why people sometimes they don't talk about it, or they just, sometimes because he or she's old, that's why they are old. No, that's not an excuse. I think, and we have to have a very strict zero tolerance sort of approach to this kind of behavior, and that's come all the way from the top. What is the culture in the city? Because slapping the hand for someone who misbehaved or something derogatory, it is not enough. I think we need to go beyond a little slap on the hand. So because international medical staff, nurses and doctors, they are here the NHS cannot cope without them, because about 45% of the cardiothoracic surgeons, they are from abroad. So, and a lot of the stuff, if like some people want, if we all go where we came from, I think it's gonna be a total mess.
Can I ask you a question, Naz?
Yes.
I wanted to know, because we've been trying to connect with the NHS, because we realise and totally appreciate the fact that the higher levels of diaspora is employed by the NHS.
Okay.
And whenever we've sort of tried to say, or even we have been invited in to support some of the nursing staff and new overseas staff, but somehow that connection isn't there. We can't seem to connect with, we can't get past certain level to actually connect with the diasporas themselves. And even when we've had conversations in the EDI, it's been, we have induction times and you can come in for maybe 10 minutes and do a talk. That's not what we're about. For us, it's like we want to make sure that new staff coming in feel a sense of belonging here, that they can connect with their communities here, not just in the medical world, but actually outside the medical world as well. And how do you think, or what do you think the NHS should be doing to really enable that to happen? Or is it your responsibility, the diasporas within the NHS, to really come together and say we have a life outside of work? Because that is one of the things that takes everybody away, because they don't have that social connection here that they may well have in Manchester or Newcastle or Liverpool.
Yeah, it's funny you can't say that, because I think the problem is the diaspora engagement is maybe difficult, because most of us maybe they don't want to be causing problems or be nagging about things. So I think if someone says something to me that probably is derogatory or something like that, if I go and report, I know that in the trust we have what they call pastoral staff and have freedom to speak, guardian staff. So the policy measures are there, but policies do not make things happen. It's the people who make things happen, because the people who put those things in practice. So if I say to make the diaspora ourselves, we need to make that a priority, that we have life out of work, and that's got to all the staff. They have to, because one of the things that causes problem with the shortage in the NHS is just burnout, because if you don't have anything that you can go back to say, okay, oh, now I'm relaxed and chilled, feel just zoning, like winding down, then it's going to be a problem. You burn out. But I think we can try, as diaspora, try to engage with the equality and diversity part of the hospital, which is they're there. They're doing a job to make everyone involved. But I think we have to try to take it top level. And I know the chief executive is supportive of the diversity and equality. I'm sure we had a meeting with her. It was like a training day with her, and she expressed her support and that she's happy to take that on board. So, and I think we can go back. I think the way I look at things is that you knock on the door once, twice. If you keep knocking, then sometimes you just have to kick the door. So that's I think the trust is trying to do some stuff, and I think we we can, with the help and the budget, we need to change the tactics on the way how we're trying to incorporate, because like, let's say we have some new nurses from India, recruited from India, and they're very hardworking. One thing people have to realize and understand, those international staff, they are very resilient. They are very hardy. So and I think if we don't look after them and nurture and support them and let them feel welcome, I think it's gonna be in 2-3 years time. Okay, well, I go somewhere where I feel a bit more supported. And I think yes, we need to open the front door so people can come in, and shut the back door. Let people stay in, and that is how we need to do. And how do we do that? We support people. We listen to people. Let's listen to people's stories. How their day has been. What is their experience? What do they feel? What can we do to make your life easier? What can we do to make you stay here? What can we do so that you can bring your friends to come here? And that's what we need to do, to talk to people. What are their desires, their concern, and that's the key thing that is causing I don't know, causing all the grief. I think I think we need to talk more and engage people and change our tactic. Okay, we get the training, let's the practicality of those things, and that's the important thing, because by 2027, I think we're going to need about 190,000 medical staff. So, and how can we, and it takes years to train a nurse, take years to train a doctor, and sometimes, yes, you can, we can recruit from abroad, but for how long are we going to take those doctors and nurses from poor countries to bring them? Then what happened to the people back where they came from? So sustainability, and how, even if we bring them here, let's have a way, okay, give them opportunity. What can they take back to them? Let's create something more attractive. Let's say I employ someone, I give, okay, this is your contract, you're gonna work for us for 52 weeks a year or whatever week, but you have 6 weeks to go do something good in your home country. Imagine that. Imagine that. So that is a very big incentive, and you're gonna go give something back to your country, and we're gonna pay you for those 6 weeks. So I don't feel like I go. So now personally, that's what drives me. I just spend my own money to go do the projects in Tanzania because it feels good. Okay, I come here, I give my off my day job, and then when I sit back at home in the sunshine, and I can go to do some stuff to change some people's life there, and it can feel good. And when you come back, you are invigorated. You have seen something different. You bring a new experience to the NHS, and that's what I think the NHS have to embrace. The international staff will make good use of them by creating a better contract that enable them to have something to take back, but still get paid for it, and something. So that is a good incentive. That's all I can say.
Thank you, Naz. I really appreciate that. I think similar to the previous talk, getting that personal experience and hearing what you've got to say is fantastic. And the whole about, it's one thing to attract people, but in order to keep people, have that retention in place, and there's maybe a wider societal piece there for the county in general. I think that'll really hit home with a lot of people who are on the call today. Just before we move on, can I just quickly check if any of the attendees have got a question? We have time for one very quickly, if anybody has anything. Tina, is that your hand up there? Yeah, do you want to come in there quickly?
Yeah. So just one really quick one, because I misheard. How many nationalities did you say were in the NHS, Naz?
I mean, in the trust, I think 87.
In the local trust? In
the North Cumbria trust. That's from the stuff that I've seen a couple of weeks ago. I think that about 87 nationalities.
Wow. And I know it's 2 questions, but this is really quick as well. what are you doing on the 19th of November between 4 and 6 p.m?
He's coming to join us. We'll see you there, Naz.
19th of November, because if I'm not going to London to see the High Commissioner, I may be home.
Oh.
Thank you.